then his hip said no.
Yeah,
he had a glint in his eyes, and then the hip said no. Arn, show respect there. Dominic Garrini, show respect for Jake Clemens.
Come on, Brock.
it's good for Jake Clemens.
Now the bell being called for Garrini and Brock showing some respect to each other. I mean, it's trying to see. It's exactly the type of thing that Dominic Garrini would sign up for. He enjoys testing himself against a competitor, and while he's actually got the experience advantage, you got to think it's a different kind of 1 year in the business for a guy like Brock Anderson, because he grew up around the business. He grew up around, like we said, his father, one of the all-time greats in the enforcer, Arn Anderson.
Yeah, his uncles are the Four Horsemen.
He has spent from his childhood around some of the all-time greats, and Dom trying to roll through, looking to pick that ankle. Brock saw it coming, though, steps back out of the way. A collar and elbow tie-up, center of the ring. Brock takes that wrist lock, cinching it through, and just snapping it down. Transitions to that wrist lock to the back, hammer lock even. Dom, though, is a guy who is more than capable of going hold for him.
Dominic has been teaching wrestling longer than Brock Anderson has been wrestling.
Well, and on top of that, obviously, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background. He's made that transition. We talked about it earlier with a guy like Tyson Riggs, a guy who's got an extensive martial arts background and is trying to apply that to professional wrestling. Dominic Garini's reached the point in his career where he is no longer a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist using that in a wrestling ring. He has definitely become a professional wrestler and has learned to incorporate it while also adapting that.
Yeah. He can utilize it, but he doesn't need it.
Now he's going to look to pull Brock into that arm bar.
That's him utilizing it right there.
Brock knows the ring positioning right away, though.
Jake, how long do I have until? I have until 5.
And Tom making sure Jake is fully aware, as Clemens was, that he's got until that 5 count.
He did ask Jake how long do I have till. Jake said 5, and then Dom did let him know, yes, that is true. I have till 5.
That is correct.
Did Arn say he has till 10?
I believe Arn Anderson pointed out that with Brock on the outside, he has till 10 to recover before he has to return to the ring.
Arn Anderson's still very witty in his age.
Now collar and elbow tie-up again. Dom, rear waistlock takedown. And you notice he keeps the contact while looking for the opening.
Ooh, has him maybe going for a twister there.
He took the back, but Brock grabbed it.
He is going for a twister.
He's transitioning to it. I think he was looking for the choke.
Ooh, he got him in a banana split pin there. That was.
Brock caught the hand to avoid the choke, and you're absolutely right. Dom transitioned to the twister, managed to transition that into a pin.
It's utilizing the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Now coming back again, center of the ring, collar and elbow tie up. Brock takes that wrist lock back, runs it back through, hammerlock into the side headlock takedown. And now it is Anderson that's got Garrini isolated on the mat. Dom rolls him up out of it. Brock on the 1 count manages to push those hips, get back over, right back in the side headlock. A lot of guys would have abandoned that headlock.
No, he's got that grip strength. Brock Anderson, just by looking at him, you can tell, very strong individual.
Those chops across the midsection, and he's just trying to keep Brock from doing just that. Brock knows he's got a bridge up, he's got a transition to get that head out, and Dom had a couple shots to the midsection.
And Brock letting him up. Like Brock is learning something from Dominic Garrini today.
I was going to say, that was smart on Brock's case, as Dom was just baiting him in. Dom was daring him to come in that position. But Brock Anderson, knee to the midsection, forearm across the back. And you want to talk about learning. He has learned that he doesn't necessarily want to tie up. He doesn't want to grapple with Dominic Garrini.
He has to turn this into a brawl to beat Dominic Garrini right now. Oh.
Now dropping down to the mat. He's got that body scissors in. just squeezing the knees into the rib cage of Dominic Garrini.
Dom using his ankles to reverse that pressure onto Brock's ankles. Very
Brock,
smart.
though, transitions it into the pinfall.
Dom able to kick out.
Kicks out, manages to separate the ankles, but Brock right back on top of him.
See, I hope the kids in the back are watching. Stay on your opponent like Brock Anderson is right now. Too many people have been taking their time playing to the crowd.
Brock backs off to break that 5 count. Gets right back and goes after the ankle of Dominic Garrini. Just stomping down on it.
The other ankle now. Oh, the wrist.
Now he's just working his way around to all of those key joints.
Well, the other hand, there we go. Oh.
Dom rolled to this side. Instead, Brock pulls him to his feet. Snapmare over on Garrini. Pulls him down. Anderson hits the ropes and a big elbow drop. Hooks the leg. 2 count.
Brock Anderson, very impressive. As we've mentioned multiple times, only about 1 year or so into this business. He's already had a lot of TV exposure, being on AEW. Got the lineage.
Slam. Well, and that you want to talk about an accelerated learning course in that year. You look at some of the people that he's been in there with. As I said, you look at some of the people that he's had to advise him, even aside from his own father.
Yeah. Like I said, his uncles were the Horsemen. Got Ric Flair, you got Tully, got Ole. I'm sure J.J. Dillon's taught him a thing or two about how to get his way in that ring.
And you notice, Dom's getting the separation, but Brock was holding his grip, so he was able to re-cinch that headlock each time now, driving the shoulder into the midsection.
Like I said, look at the man. You can see he's got a lot of grip strength. He's got a lot of strength in general in that body.
Dom came back with that chop, but Brock gets him into the corner again.
Hurt his hand on that punch. Hard-headed Dominic Garrini.
Garrini with the chop, and now he's going to take those knees out. Look to drop Garrini back down. Now kicking right through the front, kicking right through the patella.
That's
hoping to drive that knee back into itself.
And Dom not wearing knee pads. That's even more impactful.
Brock transitioning. He gave it up. He looked for the DDT, but Dom managed to change his level, managed to change the leverage. Back in the corner.
That's the first time we saw somebody stop him that way.
Looked for the DDT again. This time, though, Dom had the ropes.
That might have been one of those rookie mistakes from Brock, going for it again after he didn't get the first time. Dom knew it was coming.
And when he snapped back on it, I think it looks like the way he's grabbing it, I think his head snapped back when he hit the mat. I think he hit the back of his head. Dom up, big clothesline, and another one. Now throwing one. Brock underneath that, but he's not underneath the chop or the right hand.
Dom let him know this ain't TV. Ooh.
Big open hand shots. Just elevated him. Muay Thai clinch. Now spinning, picking the leg.
Dominic Garrini looking for a finish here.
Now what does he have in mind? He's looking at, he's trying to muscle Brock up. Rocket gets him up into the brain buster. And he grabs the rope, grabs the leg, but Brock Anderson uses his length.
Probably felt his other leg on the rope, knew where it was at.
He landed, had that foot right to the ropes. He smarted Dom to hook it, but Brock, a rare case of being able to get that leg back over, gets the other one. Now knife edge chop. Brock reversing the whip, drops the head too early though. Dom catches him.
Dom jawing with Arn Anderson. I don't like
now
that.
He's throwing kicks at Arn Anderson.
The guy. It's not the one, Dom. That's not the one.
And look at the enforcer.
Clock Anderson.
The enforcer letting him know, but he gave Brock plenty of time. And look at Brock grabbing Jay Clemens. So Arn Anderson can throw the left hand.
Dom, lucky that wasn't a gun. Big spine buster.
The spine buster out of Brock. Dom tried to counter, but he couldn't.
big win for Brock Anderson.
And Brock Anderson victorious.